our astronomy unit.
Hi, first graders. We had a sweet trip looking at all 4 inner planets. Okay, teachers, we are ready for some house points. 5 points for each question. Here we go. Name the hottest planet. Name the planet closest to the sun. Name the planet with the biggest volcano. Today, we are going back out into space to learn about the 4 outer planets. The 4 outer planets are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune.
Look at those pictures. Those are very pretty. Ooh. Wow. Gork, those are cool. But you missed one of the outer planets by the name of my home, called Pluto. Remember? What's up with that, big dog? My homie friend. Where's my planet?
Bleep, I must inform you that your home planet, or your home Pluto, is, or was, or has...
What? Is it gone? Did those Martians steal it again? No! No!
Bleep, it's okay, chill out. The Martians did not steal your planet. It was actually decided and voted on by many astronauts a few years ago that Pluto is no longer a planet. It's just too small to be considered a planet. It's called a dwarf planet.
It's still there, right? It's not stolen? But just called a dwarf planet? Well, I guess I can deal with it. Look how pretty my home planet is, everyone. It's just such a cold place, but welcoming. Pluto is a dwarf planet. But one cool thing about my planet, it was named by an 11-year-old girl who won a contest to name the planet. She named it Pluto after a Roman god. Pretty cool, huh, Gork? Beat that, Mercury.
Well, I guess I didn't know that. I just learned something new. Thanks, my friend. All right, I'm ready to roll out. Let's buckle up, first graders.
All right, I'm ready to go see the 4 outer planets and maybe Pluto too, right?
Buckle up.
Longfellow rocket ship, this is ground control. Confirm your destination. Destination? Who is this?
Bleep, you better buckle up. Yes, ground control. This is Longfellow rocket ship. We are ready for launch. We are going to outer space. Hang on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Initiating a launch sequence.
This is Lesson 9. Vocabulary for Lesson 9 starts with the word categorize. Categorize means to sort or put something into a group with similar objects. Means kind of like to sort things. To categorize means to sort. Say the word debris. Debris means the pieces left over when something is destroyed or broken. So if this house got torn down, there's the debris from it. Whatever's left over is the debris. Next word is probes. Probes are tools designed to collect information in outer space and send it back to Earth. We put probes like satellites into space to study space. Outer. Outer means far from the center. The outside of something is the outer part. The next word is violent. Violent means dangerously rough. Means violent. Means to be rough. And that's all the words for Lesson 9. Hi, welcome to our astronomy unit, lesson number 9. Today we're going to study the outer planets. These are the 4 planets that are on the outer rings, the outer orbit rings of our solar system. In the last read aloud, you learned about the 4 inner planets of our solar system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Now you will learn about the outer planets: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, as well as the other famous dwarf planet called Pluto. The first important difference between the inner planets and the outer planets is that the inner planets are all made of rocks. So those first planets that we talked about, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, are made of rocks. The outer planets are different. They're made of different types of gases. Let's go to Jupiter first, shall we? Yes, we shall. Here is Jupiter. The planet Jupiter is the 5th planet from the Sun. In Roman mythology, Jupiter was the king of the gods, the strongest and most powerful of all. The largest planet in our solar system is named after him, Jupiter. Jupiter is so big you could stuff 1,300 planet Earths inside. It takes Jupiter nearly 12 Earth years to make one revolution around the Sun. However, Jupiter rotates on its axis faster than any other planet in our solar system. Because of its fast rotation and the mixing of its gases, Jupiter is an extremely violent, stormy place. In fact, this right here is a hurricane that's always, or a storm, this big giant storm. The red spot on Jupiter is a big giant storm that happens. So it's a big, violent place because of all the storms it has. Here's a better picture of that red spot. See that? It's like big giant poisonous gas clouds. Jupiter has a red spot, and this spot is actually a massive storm. The storm is so big that you could fit 3 planet Earths inside of that storm. Jupiter can be seen with your eye from Earth without a telescope, and you can see the red spot with an ordinary telescope. Here's some of the moons of Jupiter, seen through a telescope. There are at least 63 moons that orbit around Jupiter. Most of them are very small. However, 4 of these moons are well known. They were discovered by a famous astronomer, Galileo. Galileo discovered 4 of the moons around Jupiter and named them. One of them is called Io. Io. One of them is called Europa, Castillo, and Ganymede. These are some of the moons. Only 4 of the 63 that go around the planet Jupiter. Europa's surface is covered with ice. It's pretty cold. And there could be oxygen on it. Many astronomers believe that beneath Europa's ice there's an ocean of liquid water. This means just maybe there could be life, or could have been life, on that moon. The next planet we're going to study is, that's right, Saturn. Saturn is the 6th planet from the Sun, and it's the second largest planet in our solar system. Saturn is famous for its rings. It's not the only planet with rings, but it's the only planet that has really big giant rings around it. This incredible photo was taken by an unmanned orbiter in 2004. Saturn has several layers with different types of clouds. It can be quite stormy, just like Jupiter. Because it is so far from the Sun, it takes Saturn nearly 30 Earth years to go around one orbit. Different parts of Saturn rotate at different speeds. This is what some of the rings look like that go around Saturn. The rings are actually rocks and dust and debris. The rings of Saturn are always moving around the planet, and they are made up of mainly ice and a few other materials. So ice, rocks, and other dust, space dust. The rings are a huge collection of these things. Nobody knows why these rings got there or how they got there. Maybe it's because one of its moons exploded and the debris This is debris from one of its moons exploding and got trapped around its orbit. So they think the rings of Saturn are caused by one of its moons exploding. Pretty cool. The next planet is Uranus. The seventh planet, Uranus, has the coldest atmosphere of any planet in the solar system. That's right, it's the coldest. Because it's so far from the sun, it takes Uranus 84 Earth years to go around the sun. It goes around the sun in 84 years. Wow. Uranus is pretty interesting because it rotates sideways. It rotates like this instead of like this. You can't see that it rotates like that way in this picture, but that's what it does. Uranus is named after the Greek god of the sky, making it the only other planet other than Earth that's not named after a Roman god. Although it's possible to see Uranus from Earth with the naked eye, you really have to know where to look when you try to find it. So it's easier to find with a telescope. The planet Neptune is the eighth and final planet in our solar system. In Roman mythology, Neptune was the god of the sea. It is a fitting name. The planet has a beautiful blue color. Astronomers still do not know exactly why Neptune is blue, and it will probably be a while before we figure it out. Neptune is nearly 3 billion miles from the sun, making it very difficult and expensive to send manned or unmanned probes to explore it. It takes Neptune 165 Earth years to go around the sun. The planet is never visible with just your eye from Earth. You'll need a good telescope to see it. There it is, our friend Pluto. Not very long ago, the students in school were taught that there were 9 planets, including Pluto. In fact, ever since Pluto was discovered in 1930, it's been considered a planet. However, in 2006, astronomers decided to categorize Pluto as a dwarf planet. And so it's not considered a planet anymore. It's considered a dwarf planet because it's so small. In Roman mythology, Pluto was the god of the underworld, a dark and dreary place. This is a good name for such a cold and distant dwarf planet. Pluto is about 4 billion miles from the sun. It's extremely cold too out there. The planet is made of almost frozen nitrogen, frozen gas. It takes Pluto 243 Earth years to orbit the sun. We have a lot to learn about Pluto and other celestial bodies in our solar system. All right, let's ask some questions about our solar system. I'll go back. Which is the largest planet? What's the name of the largest planet in our solar system? What are the outer planets? What makes the outer planets unique? What are they made of? The 4 outer planets are made of this. So if the 4 outer planets are made of that, what are the 4 inner planets made of? And lastly, our friend Pluto. Pluto is not called a regular planet anymore. What is Pluto called? Welcome to Lesson 9. This is our final lesson and our final writing for Lesson 9. Please put your digital date at the top. The Solar System Part 2. Our word work for today is categorize, which means to sort. Our writing assignment today is design your own planet. Tell us something. If you could have your own planet, what would it look like? What would you name it? Design your own planet. Would you have gravity? Would you have oxygen? Would you have plants and trees and animals and water? Tell us about your planet. You can use at least 2 sentences today. Here's a story starter for you. I started with a capital letter and I used finger spaces and did my best spelling, penmanship, and I'm going to use my best punctuation. My planet would. My planet would look like this. My planet would have this. Geospells, go.